Hi, I'm Jacob, co-developer of Sonic Moves. In this video, I will show you some basics how to compose in the Sonic Moves creator. In this video, I will explain the available instruments and how to connect them to body movements, and explain to you the processing bank to take control over the instruments and add audio effects to them. Let's open the Sonic Moves creator. Here's the scene I created last time, but for this video I'm beginning with a completely new setup. You will see the button to add a sound. When I tap it, I can choose from different instrument notes. At the top, I can select my own files and use it. I can also load it into a sampler with granular synths. That means I can break the sample into small parts. We'll also find sample packs we provide, ambient samples. You can add also an instrument, a virtual one, that simulates analog instruments like strings, brass or piano. There's two custom synths. We have also some sound generators that produce continuous sound that I can shape. And there's also a MIDI output node, which lets me send tracking data from Sonic Moves to another app via MIDI. I will walk you through it now and start with a simple sampler. Here it is on the left. When I press the play button on the bottom left, it plays the sample solo. I could choose to play it interactively, but since I haven't linked anything yet, you won't hear a change. To make it interactive, I tap Add Interaction here below the volume and link, for example, my right arm's height. So I set the input and the output value, and I can listen to it immediately by clicking or tapping and holding on this area. You can already hear the difference. On the right, you can see a curve that shows the current value. For example, if I add a midpoint, the volume increases slowly at first and then jumps up at the end. Let's test the sound interactively. For this, I go to the main play section and choose a way of tracking with this drop-down menu. While you're on iPad, you have all options like me now. If you're on Mac, there's still live camera and input of video missing. We work on this. Now I take one of the recorded movements and choose in this menu rising arms. So let's go further. If I tap the plus button here at the top, I open the menu to add more sounds. I choose another sampler, but this time a granular sampler. I will pick this custom sound I recorded, a radio sound, activate the loop in a static mode and play it. You can adjust some of the options live. Also, I can adjust the player's position, and I will make this parameter interactive. Now I choose the left hand and the distance to another joint and take the left shoulder. I will take the horizontal distance. The next step, I also connect the volume to the left hand height, but with less range than my first sound. This time I used another capture to check the horizontal distance as well. Can slow down the playback speed. Now you hear the position of the granular plate is changing. Let's go further. I can select another instrument from the menu above, this time a virtual instrument. I choose, for example, a piano. So let's click on little grand piano. Below there's a small icon that opens the piano roll. There's also here a melody generator, or I can set a specific tact or beat. So let's go to the piano roll. Here I can add notes. Once I've selected a note, I can choose here if I want to make a chord out of it. So I just make a small loop with 2 chords. Now we have a simple example and we'll connect the note volume to the horizontal distance of my right arm. For this, I go here to note interaction and add intensity and connect it to the distance between my right hand and the right shoulder. Adjust here the input and output or minimum and maximum range. And here we go, let's test it. The last thing I will show you in this video is about the audio effects and output. Like you see, the sound goes directly to the output section, which I explained in the last video that it is a spatial audio mixer. So if the source is centered, it plays stereo, but to change the output and gain more control, one essential point within the Sonic Moves creator is the processing bank. You see here on the side of every node an arrow. If I click on the arrow, I can change the output of the instrument node or add processing, including effects or without. I will show you just the processing bank first. The instrument goes now into some sort of node-based mixer channel where we include a parametric equalizer. Right now it's in 3-band mode, which is fine for now. When I hit static play down here, it plays the last link in the chain. There is another volume controller, which makes sense when you want to group instrument notes or have another control option of the volume. Now I can add effects to this processing bank by going here to the plus, and now I can choose from various sections: filters, effects, amplitude, or show all effects, which gives you a proper overview. I will now add a reverb effect to this bank. I add here a connection to the main mix of the reverb and connect it to the distance of both hands. Let's test this. Okay. Yeah, that already sounds like a pretty good start for our next project and a good point to finish. In the next video, I will show you to build more complex mappings and show you how to use different tracking methods. Feel free to check out the apps at sonicmoves.net. You are also welcome to subscribe to our channels. Take care, everyone. Bye.